Hello, and I'm very excited to welcome you to iTradeAIM stream today. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 2 or 3 stocks that I'm going to trade today. There's a new account that I've started. It's a small account, £20,000, but we're going to invest on swing basis using our favorite setup one. So let's see which markets are we trading and how are we going to trade it. Okay, so I have run my scanner and I have identified my watch list, and then from the watch list I have created my most favorable stocks that I'm going to trade. Based on my plan, I cannot trade more than 3 times from the beginning, so I'm going to set 2 or 3 orders today. Each are going to be half the risk of my account, and as they go into profit, if they do, then we might add more into it. At any given point, we will probably have up to 10 stocks running if they are in profit. If we are losing, then they go out of the list. But at any given point, we can only go up to 2 or 3 new positions, because if you enter 3 positions and all 3 of them, there is a possibility all 3 of them go down and you lose money on this, you will lose whatever you risk on it. So I'm not going to risk more than 2% ever. Probably change it to 3%, but for now more than 2%. So if I take 3 trades, I'm going to risk about 0.5% on each, and then as they progress, I will add another 0.5% into it. So for example, what you see right now, CBRE is one of the position that I'm going to take. It's going to be taken here, and the stop loss will be calculated, and the trading platform that I'm using is IG. So I'm going to go through it, how I identify this, and first I'm going to set the orders, and then once the orders are set, if there's any questions or anything like that, we will discuss. We will go deep into it and find out which ones have I identified and how I identified them. So there's nothing special to it then. The process simply is we run we run the filter, the scanner. It picks up the stocks. For example, for today we have all of these. This will probably refresh at 2:30 on this scanner. And that should be fine, but I've already done my work on this, so I've added them to my watch list, which is my main watch list here. I've got loads of them, and then I go through them one by one, and whichever one is my setup, which is the setup one, I then add them into my orange list, which is the IG list. If I go to the orange list, these are my selected stocks. Now I don't know these companies, I don't do fundamental analysis. All I want to do is the pattern correct, and the stuff that I don't want has already been filtered out. So the price is right, the pattern is right, everything is set up. Now the other question is, which broker am I going to use? How am I going to trade this? So let's first look at why I arrived at this, and that is because we have this analysis. I'm going to go to CBRE first. I've also shared these on TradingView over here, the signal, so we'll be able to see them later on how it goes. These are the 2 that I am going to go and put orders on, CBRE and GAB for today. So let's go to GAB. That's the investment trust, and CBRE is real estate development, and I'm also looking to take this one, but it would depend on where it opens today, so I'm going to leave that to a little bit later, in about 30 minutes. IDRA is also good. This one is kind of like in a setup 2 now. This can be looked into as well, another finance company. So quite a few real estate ones are now moving, so I'm not going to invest in all of them, but I'm going to go for CBRE. The reason for this is that if you look at it weekly analysis, it's actually broken the all-time highs and then it's pulled back. If you go to the weekly chart, you can see here, so that's the highest price we have. So obviously money is coming into this, and then we have a nice strong 3 up. So the quick 10-second Elliott wave is 1, 2, 3, 4. We are ready here. So this is going to be 64 is going to be the buy price for this, and I'm going to use stop loss based on this level here instead of the box here. So if we get in and it turns around, I don't want to wait all the way here. Risk is going to be half the risk, and target point is up there. So I'm not going to set a target point for this. I'm going to see how it goes, and if it arrived at 72 at some point, we'll deal with it. So the way to do that is we're going to use a spread betting platform, and that is basically this one here. So in this case, I've already set up an order. So that's the level that we were talking about, 6.3. So the difference between the dollar value that you get in a normal stock chart, see, it gives you the dollar value. What IG platform would do is that they take the decimal out and they put the decimal after the cents and pennies. So if a stock is 64, they're gonna quote it as 6400. So I'm going to put an order here. So my order is at 640, and you can see it here. That's the order. Let me actually just go to the orders history. So that's the order. So if you look at it, my order is at 6399 level. Actually, I want to change it to 6400 level. So that's $64, and the latest price is 6356. My stop is going to be about 300 points away, which means I can set up a limit, which is the target point of double of my stop. That's 600. So it's good till cancelled. This is going to stay there until I cancel it, and that's how, if I click on this, I can delete it. So the account has started with £20,000. This trade requires a margin of £448. Now that's the difference. If you were to take stocks based on a $20,000 account and take 1% risk, you'll have to buy 69 stocks. So 69 stocks would require, you would need $4,416 to invest in this. In my case, it would be 1:10, right? So my margin is 448. So all I need is £448 to invest this much into the stocks. That's the beauty of spread betting. So that's the Z portfolio, and into that we have the first order. Now in this order, if it jumps up there, then they can open it there, and I don't mind that for now. If it jumps too much and gaps up, it's usually a sign of strength anyway. I'm only taking half the risk, which is set by this. So I can, instead of going a dollar amount with spread betting, you actually bet on each point, and they let you bet up to a certain level. So on this stock, per point minimum is 0.24, and then over here, when you're setting it up, actually I'm going to set one more order for this one, and then you'll see how I set these up. So let's go to GAB. Yeah, I'm not streaming on TradingView today. I'm just going to start here. So Aslan is here, Doug is here, Zed is here. All right. Let me just repeat myself for you guys. So as you know that I first go and do my scanning on this list here. That's the scanner. Then I select those charts and add them to my main watch list, which is this one. And then I go through one by one, and whichever I like, then I turn them into the orange list, which we're looking at now. So our first entry we have already made is CBRE. It's a finance and real estate company. The setup is really nice. If you check the weekly chart, it's going up. It's a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 candle pullback. We have the ABC pullback on this. You can see ABC here, and on the weekly chart you see that pin bar that bounced off the green line. Looks pretty nice. The entry comes to $64, and I've already set up that order CBRE here. If you go to the order history, we have order level at 6400, and stop loss is 300 points below, and target is 600. So that's the stop loss here. We would get out if it dropped to $61, and hopefully if it gets to $70, we'll take profits from this. So that's it. It's 35 pence a point. And so I'm going to go to the next one now. You guys can hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, good.
Hello.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so the next one is GAB. Let me bring it over here. So funny, this would also come to 64. This one also comes to 64. So again, we have a 3 up, 4 down. If you go to the weekly chart, there is one little problem with this. If you go to the weekly, it's kind of hit those levels, but it's pulled back, and it has the same kind of pattern where we have the ABC pullback. So on the weekly chart, you can see that, you see it's a PC pattern. We have that doji or a pin bar here, which has created this setup. So pretty good setup. I hope it doesn't jump that level there, but even if it does, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have my order at here 640, and our target first one is going to be 680. So this is a slow moving chart, and that's exactly how I like it. So I'm going to go to, I've already found it, but the way to find it is that you click on search, and let's say I'm going to enter the symbol GAB. I know which one it is. It's this one, Equity Trust. See, Equity Trust. So it's already here. I'm going to set order. I'm going to bring my cursor to 640, and then right click, dealing order. So now I can kind of refine it here. I want it at 640, and I'm going to drag this line down there to below the stop loss level, right? That's going to be my stop loss. So if I go £5 per point, it's going to be 200. So I want to take only half a risk. I'm going to go 2.5 per point, and my target is going to be double of that, and my stop loss is 39. So I'm going to just put 80 in there, and that's going to give me target. Otherwise I could have just dragged it up there. So that's going to be my target for this. But initially, if it comes here, that's where I probably will take my profit, just to start to, you know, to because it's first or second order on this new account. I know that to begin with, I'm going to go for smaller profits if we do get them. So I'm going to quickly grab it. So if it comes here, we take, if it goes with strength, like really strong, then I will close half, and then I will let the rest run and let it be followed by using the green line. So, you know, like for example, something like this happens and it starts going up, I will start waiting for green line close. But if it goes and go all the way up there, right, you know, like for example over here, when it was stretching up, I would have started trailing the candles. I don't know if they would have stopped me out, but when it gapped down, this is where I would have closed out. So for example, if I was long from here, then I'll be closed out here, and that's what we're gonna do on this. But the initial target is this level. So when I click the place order, bang, that's it. Our second order is in. Now in 10 minutes time, we will find out if it opens right there, or it's going to jump from it, or probably nothing happens. So we'll see how it goes. We have 2 orders right now, and there's a third order I want to do, but they're not letting me for now. If I go there, I think they're not taking orders on this, closing only. So I'm going to see if the market opens and they change their mind on that. Otherwise, these are a few markets. I'm not very excited about this week's finds that we have. I was really hoping to start it last week, because two of those signals were these. One was Ford F. I wanted to go long here at 910. We would have been very happy now. And the other one was similar, exactly same, but over here, and I would have taken. So it wasn't meant to be. That's fine. But if you look at the setup, similar type of setup, going up, pulling back down, ABC pattern, setup 1. So that's what it is. This is what we're going to be taking. We will take add-ons from time to time. For example, when it goes up, pulls back like this, you have this 2 candle pullback. Doug, you see this? So beautiful. Sometimes, like for example, we can wait for it, or if we miss something and then it pulls back, we can actually enter there. And if we enter half a risk here and then it comes here, you can add another half over here and then let it run. So in this case, if you're long on this and you haven't taken profit, your stop loss is definitely here. So let's see what happens in 2 hours. No, not 2 hours, 8 minutes. And really the main work really is actually just running the scanner on a daily basis. And I'm going to run the scanner probably every Monday to Friday. And so most of them will already be in my watch list. For example, let's suppose I start running this. I will select my watch list, main watch list. Okay, so the change that I've brought is I was looking for the stocks between 150 to 20 separately, and then I had a separate list for over 20, but now I've changed that. In fact, for swing trading, I think I need to change that to plus $5, so that we could filter out the very small companies, because those ones have the tendency of going up too fast and then coming down too fast as well. We want something that are low price, but we want them to actually go up and continue to go a little bit further. Anyway, so combined watch list here, all of them. So if I have that many on my watch list, I probably don't need the scanner, but we run the scanner anyway. Let me just quickly go through some of these stocks. See, this is one of the stocks that was on my list. That's why it's orange, purple. So on the 13th of January, it triggered at 1050, so let's say 1060. And today it's hit target zone 1. Well, it was Friday. Friday it hit target zone 1. Not target zone, sorry. The first target. So the first target could be your profit taking target or half profit taking target. So it's a profit taking target. This would be a very good profit taking target. So if you have a stop loss here or here, basically exactly like the what I'm doing right now. So you go long there, and instead of this box, I'm going to use that box to keep the stop loss tight. So if this is your stop loss, you've already hit 2R, right? So what you could do, if you still believe in the stock and you think it can go further up, you close half here, bring your stop loss to break even, and remove the target from there, and then let it run, see where it goes. Infinite yields, right? There's another one here, slightly different, not the perfect setup. Anyway, that's what it is. I have another 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I think next time I'm gonna go live on TradingView, but for some reason I just didn't want to do it today. So if I didn't feel like doing it, then I won't do it. I assume there are no questions, so all we have to do is just wait 5 minutes and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to trigger. It's daily charts. If it doesn't trigger, we're gonna let the order stay there. Oh, okay. Now I know why you couldn't hear me properly. I'm actually recording the session on a recording software, and that's probably why I am not able to stream, because that's taken the encoder. So next time I'm going to stream for TradingView, or maybe I will just upload an idea per stock. Okay. DAX is not going well, is it? Today.
DAX is rubbish.
Yeah. I think everyone's waiting for tomorrow's event. Something's happening. Probably. I mean, they've gathered about 15,000 troops, so they're definitely expecting something.
More like 25,000 apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it started at 15,000 and now it's 25,000 and all that. I don't know what are they on about, but we'll see.
Washington, D.C. is an army base.
Yeah. They say it used to be a ball. Oh, hello. Still nothing on this. Okay. We have 2 orders. Small little orders. Risk management is the key, right? We don't want to set 10 orders at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to
So
build a
you're on
portfolio.
35, is that 35p you're on there per
Yeah.
point?
35p because
right, and that, what was your start? 300?
yeah,
Right, okay.
because
About
they
£100.
yeah, it's we are betting per penny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're risking about £100 there or something.
Yeah, just about £100 on this because the account size is 20,000, right? So
Got it.
so 20,000 account. I would go normally. I would go 1%, but I just don't want to do the first 2 orders. I don't want them to be big. So, for example, if these 2 orders went in, and they are in and they get into profit, then we'll go to the normal 1%. So at any given point, I will never set more than 3 orders, because if all 3 orders go in and they're all 1%, there's a possibility I draw down 3% in one go.
3%.
Yeah, I don't want that. So
And is this a real account or is it an actual live account?
yeah, this is actual live account.
Okay.
That's 20 grand right there.
Yeah, it's not a demo account then, no?
No demo.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my account right there. And hopefully we're gonna grow this account this year, right? You know, we have this unique opportunity in the UK that we don't need to have the real stock accounts, do we? We have IG, spread betting, right? No capital gains, tax.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's opened, and market has opened and it is about to take our order in. Look at that. Okay, let's see the next one. Apollo. They still don't want to take in that one. CBRE. So we still have an order on this one. So if I go to right, GAB here, and I go to, this one hasn't opened, CBRE. Yeah, there we go. So it's kind of opened up. If I go to intraday charts, usually these stocks have pre-market data, but not this one. So the green sign is now indicating the market is open. So we went up and now it's dropping. So our order was at 64. So I think the order has not been taken in yet because it still shows as orders, right? 640. Look at that. Both of the stocks that I've selected are actually 640. In fact, the difference is actually one is $64 and the other one is $6.40. And that you can see. You see on this one we're betting £2.50 per point because the value of the stock is just $6.34. So if this one continues, I mean, this is a slow stock actually. So if you look at its move, it's only moving, you know, from here, it's moved from 580 to, you see, 660. So I deliberately chose this. It's a slow moving stock to start something. If it opens there, I don't know why they are not even quoting it. So this is it. It has opened and it's not moving so much, so we will have the order set there. And this one did not take us in, but it's going down. We'll see if later in the day the order is taken in. Okay, so that's the one that I wanted to get in over here, but they're not taking orders on this, so I'm just going to delete this from the portfolio. Okay, what's happening here? 20. Okay, look at this one. So that's the one which was, let's go to 15-minute chart. See what it's doing. The one that I didn't take. Always the case, isn't it? Okay, so if I took it, it would have opened there and gone up there. Let's find it. IDRA. IDRA. Now the reason I didn't take it is because it had already broken on Friday. I could have taken it. So if I'd set the order on Friday, it would have been 443, which would be here. And then today, in order to take it, I think I needed to set an order at 450. 450. And it would have opened at 454, and it went to 480 already. Right? So this one is obviously now gone, but it's moving pretty nicely. It's getting volume, very low volume, but it's going. Okay, what else is there on our list? This was on our list, but already moved. CBRE did not move. Yes, RT, another finance company, so not really. New Mountain Finance, this is another finance one, so I didn't want to go in there. I was interested in this one, but they're not letting us. So I'll just get rid of this one now. Yeah. So there you go. I'm not going to look at some of the hot list. These are the penny stocks that not penny stocks, but you know, the movers and gappers. So, oh, look at that. So are you seeing this? So if you have
Yeah.
let's say a Lightspeed or TradeStation account, and if they let you trade pre-market, then you would have identified this as a gapper pre-market because it's gapping up, and that was the setup one. I know Aslan is looking at it, and he probably just jumped out of his chair when he saw this, because that's a beautiful setup. So people who trade this on the 1 minute chart at the open or pre-market, ACRS, definitely made some money. If not here, then here. But at the open, as you can see, it's lost its mojo. So this one's gapped up, gone up. So the kind of gray bit here that you see, that's the pre-market data. When you see extended hours, when you click that, you see the gap. So at the open, actually, it started going down. There we go. It's below the VWAP now. Can you see this, Aslan? Really high volume, price is going down, and the volume is still going down. Volume is diverging, right? But it's still going down. Look at this one. You have really high volume, right? The price drops, but so far it's still above the VWAP, right? So it's still in the bullish territory. This is the strategy that I'm going to pursue very soon. Okay, so this chart has broken, you know, gapped up pretty nicely. If we take those hours off, you'll see the gap, and the gap is too high. Then it pulls back a little bit, and you could have gone long there. I think it would create a really nice setup now. So if you have this data, then you can trade it on based on this. If you put that one there, then you know it looks different. But here it will be a LOBOT entry, right? Just a LOBOT breakout.
Yeah.
890, take a few pennies, and that's it, you're done. Okay, this one gapped up, but at the open it started going down. It's below the VWAP and the gators and everything. So that's if I were to use this strategy, I'm going to use a different scanner, probably the either the Finviz website or Trade Ideas. We'll see how that goes. And Idera is going up. This one is not available. Oh yeah, that's why I don't have the order on this. So sometimes you won't get it. Both of our orders are alive, and I will update you guys if the orders are taken in. And it's a swing trading basis, so we've taken the orders are there, that's it. We will check them tomorrow now. That's all there is to it. That's all she wrote. Okie dokie. Somebody was asking me why I don't use volume, and volume is a very good indicator, and volume divergences is a thing. Actually, it's an interesting thing I just explained to Aslan earlier, is why we settle with Ames Wave, and even if you don't have volume, Ames Wave will keep you in the right thing. So the idea is this: volume is important. Volume can represent price. It can also show you price and volume divergences, as you can see over here. Let's see, that's high volume to low volume divergence. Price is going up. Where is it? Price goes up, volume goes down, right? We don't see a divergence on AO, but you see the momentum going up. As the volume goes up, momentum goes up, volume comes down, AO goes dark, volume goes up, momentum goes up, price goes up, momentum goes up. Price comes down, this comes down with it. Now imagine if you were to have take an average of volume, right? And you take an average of, let's say, the last 10 bars, and then you display that as a line. It would look like this, starting to become a histogram, isn't it? Now let's suppose we show volume as a histogram. There we go. See the similarities now? See, so volume is always above zero line, so it will always show you peaks above the zero line, but the AO will also show you peaks and bottoms in the direction of the trend. So as volume is creating peaks here, this is also creating peaks. So if we change volume to, let's say, 34 bars, which is the AO, see what happens. Look at that. But I think the best is 13. That's the volume divergence. That's the peak of volume, the peak of AO. There we go. So if you don't have volume, still alright. But if you use volume, not really.
I've got to shoot.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll watch the rest of this later.
Alright. Yeah, I'm recording it. So
Yeah, cheers.
there we go. Cheers, mate. There's nothing else to do anyway. So if you have any questions, shoot them now. Otherwise, we'll just say goodbye. It's a good setup. The Empire State Building. I don't know if they would. ESRT. Do they have? Yes. They have it. See, when the trend is going up, that's the 3-candle pullback. You have the strong move here. Volume goes up. When it pulls back, volume drops. That's pretty good setup. This was a great entry here. And then the next few days, the market goes up, volume goes up. Takes a pullback, volume drops. Then it goes up, volume goes up. Comes down, volume is down, which means it's still bullish. If this went red and volume was really high, then it would indicate some kind of a reversal. Right. Okie dokie. The first 2 orders have been set, and we've only ended up margining £848. There's still our money not taken from us. We still have available 19,161 to invest if we wanted to. If we did not use this account, then on this order, the stock value is 64. Let me just go there again. You would need to buy about 69 stocks, and 69 stocks means $4,416. So instead of $4,416, we have only incurred margin of how much? 400. Does it show here? It should show here. Anyway, the total 848 margin, so we still have plenty available. We can set alerts on this. If it changes 1% or something like that, that's a pretty good we have these three options here. You can deal, you can order, you can set an alert, and this gives you information about what would be the margin factor. So minimum size bet is 24 cents, margin factor 20%, minimum stop is 10, minimum guaranteed stop, blah blah blah. These are the codes, that's the symbol, CBG, and these are the expiries. And this shows you the margin requirement. Here we go. Depending on your position size, margin factor changes. So let's see if any of them trigger. If yes, I will let you know. If not, we'll see if the setup is still valid. As long as the setup is valid, the order is going to stay. All right then. See you later.
Right, भैया.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello.